glad to see that you've been through a startup kind of environment where you're learning how to do a business plan and doing a business plan canvas. So that's a positive. You've understood the costs. Actually, my question is more about the technology. So how far away is this technology from being commercially scalable at the levels that you need and the speed that you need? Because 3D printing is something that's becoming commercially scalable in general, but there's still lag time and cost that's holding it back.
Yeah, so there are two things about that. One is that I did my master's thesis on the full 3D printed head design, and the design I worked with was able to print much faster than all the printers I've seen before. So it should be able to print a full meal in about 10 to 15 minutes. I understand that that doesn't sound very fast, but that's why I built a plan around making a manufacturing facility with many printers so that we can produce at scale and offset the timing.
But it seems like there's a conflict here. It's a bespoke solution. You're making customized meals for each person, but yet you want to do it all in a centralized manufacturing facility. Why not do a more distributed solution? Because a centralized manufacturing facility takes a lot of capital, takes a lot of money to set up and all the rest. Why not just sell 3D printers to people, or to people who can sell the food on to other people?
There are two things about that. One is that the 3D printer itself is pretty big, and it's cumbersome to operate right now. And we would want to first, and it is being designed so that it can be used in a continuous feeding manner in a manufacturing facility, because it is more efficient that way, and it's more productive that way. We would want to eventually produce printers and even vending machines for individual use. But that will come when the demand for it is large enough so that we can afford to have regular replacement of the material inside the vending machine, or to sell the cartridges to the people who have the printers at home. So initially, if we have a more distributed arrangement of people, like only a few people in a few regions in Singapore, but together, if we add up the contributions or the requirements from all the people in the whole country or the whole island, we can probably satisfy their requirements with one facility.
So like you said, each machine can produce a meal in 10 to 15 minutes. How much does one machine cost?
Right now, I don't have a very good estimate, but in my financial projections, I use $24,000 to $30,000.
Where did the feedstock for the material, for the food material come from?
We are working with chefs at Sunrise Global Chef Academy and Chef Daniel to help us make the recipes for the paste. Once we perfect the recipes, we should be able to use industrial mixers to continuously produce the pastes.
So how much does it cost for enough paste for a meal, and then how much do you anticipate selling each one for?
I anticipate selling the whole meal for about $15 to $20 initially, and with much larger scale production, it can be brought down to maybe below $10 per meal.
And then how much does the paste cost?
The paste would just be the cost of the ingredients itself, because once we have the manufacturing facility and the industrial mixers, then the only recurring or operating input or cost that comes in is from the raw ingredients.
The raw ingredients need to be frozen or kept fresh. How is it? Is it vacuum packed?
So it depends based on the application. If we are catering to people with dysphagia who want to have soft food, then it probably needs to be frozen so that it remains in the soft format. But